All right. Recently this weekend, Marvel released the most and one of the most anticipated movies in their lineup. It's Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness.
Yep.
We watched it yesterday. Were you hyped for this movie? Or
You already know I wasn't really hyped about this movie.
oh yeah, what did you think about the first one?
I thought the first one was kind of boring to me, honestly. When I was watching it, like I was kind of like falling asleep, and then I just watched it again before we went to even go to see it yesterday. And the fighting was good, but I just thought like it was just boring. Like I was just watching, I was like, this. I don't know. I just found the Doctor Strange character, like the actor, he was just boring to me. That was just me though.
Yeah. Nah, it isn't just kind of a filler type Marvel movie, but I still enjoyed it. But yeah, what'd you think about this new joint?
I actually liked the new one. It was kind of weird too because I didn't really like it for a particular character. I liked it as a whole, in terms of like what was going on as a whole. I feel like everyone was kind of like shining a little bit. I don't know. I don't find the movie like super crazy because of Doctor Strange. I think it's just like the whole movie as like, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but like the Scarlet Witch, the magic, and the characters other than Doctor Strange, I think they were all kind of funny, and that's what brought me in. And the effects really hooked me because I was like, damn, these shits are kind of fire. In the first movie, when I was watching the first movie, I was actually getting motion sickness watching that. I don't know why, because it was just too much spinning and everything. I was like, oh man, this is fucking with my head.
Sure. What's it called? So you said you enjoyed this one better?
Yeah.
Is it because of the characters, or is it like the action?
It was more so because the plot of the story, like although it was like a plot about the multiverse, it was like a pretty simplistic version of it.
Yeah, they didn't really do anything too nuts like that. I think the craziest part was probably when he jumped to save her, and they like was floating through the multiverse. That was probably like the craziest part.
Yeah, so it wasn't more so like I was amazed by the multiverse aspect of the movie, because it was pretty like straightforward. The plot was pretty much straightforward. It was like Scarlet Witch was trying to dream walk in order to obtain this girl named America, which I don't know why she's named America. It sounds weird calling her that.
She's like a new Marvel character. Like she literally just came out like in 2011.
Oh, okay. And then she can, of course, travel through the multiverse. I felt like it was really straightforward, and it was like, oh, she's going through the trauma of missing her imaginary kids. So
yeah, it's a straightforward plot when it's like the hero's protecting somebody that the villain wants to get something. Like, man, it's a pretty simple plot.
Yeah, it wasn't a movie. You can't go into this movie thinking like, oh, you gotta really like think about the plot or think about what's going on behind it. Yeah. It's more of a movie like you just gotta like enjoy the events that are happening.
Okay, so for me, I feel like both the first and the second one are they both lack some parts, and other parts are like hold on. Yeah, they both lack some parts, and some parts are better in other movies. Like, for instance, I feel like the character development was better in the first movie. Character development was better in the first movie. I think side characters were better in the first movie as well, because America didn't really. She was just like another fangirl to a degree, like that fangirl character, like, oh, like she's a fan of the person that she's meeting or whatever, and she's kind of in danger. Another thing, I feel like yes, the effects were better in this movie, but I also feel like in the first movie it had like a okay. I feel like the best way I can explain it is that in the first movie, all the magic kind of looked it all looked I feel like the best way I could say it is it looked consistent. How like everybody was kind of doing the same thing to a degree. Like it kind of looked like okay, so this is magic in this world, like or whatever. It's just like sorcery, and then this movie, it felt like he was just doing anything. Like he was just summoning shit, throwing shit at her, whatever. I also feel like it's a little debatable on the action versus the first movie and the second movie. I feel like at least in the first movie they were kind of throwing hands. I feel like they weren't throwing. There was no hand. It was a lot of.
Yeah. In the first movie, you can tell like he doesn't even know. Like the reason why he was throwing more hands though, in the first movie he wasn't as experienced as he was now with sorcery. But that's not true too, because even the people around him that were in that world were using like magical tools,
weapons. Yeah, that was banging.
Relics. They were using relics to fight. In this one, they more so relied on strictly sorcery. Like it was weird.
Yeah.
But probably it has to do with the Scarlet Witch because she strictly uses like witchcraft. So probably that has to do with it.
Yeah. So it's kind of like. Yeah, and I remember we had this conversation where it's like, you feel like Doctor Strange is OP, right? Yeah. Like, you're like, who do you think can? You're like, I remember we had the conversation. You're like, oh, who can fight him? But it's like, so you're telling me Wanda can destroy the whole fucking facility? Like, Doctor Strange can't even hang with her like that. In my mind, that kind of just feels like, it feels like like a cherry pick situation where it's like because of the TV show, it made her like into something else. Like of course the book obviously makes her stronger, but I felt like the TV show kind of ruined that character to a degree where it's like because one they said she had magic before she was worked on by I remember in Age of Ultron. They were experimenting with her and her brother with using like the Mind Stone or something like that. So that's how they got their powers in the original in the Age of Ultron movie. But then with the TV show, they pretty much said she had her powers the entire time. Like she was born a witch. Like she was born to be the Scarlet Witch or whatever. So it's like I just feel like the leap from believability with this character is just kind of it's just unrealistic to a degree.
I was gonna ask you, do you think they're gonna go with the mutant route with her?
Yes, I think they're gonna just disregard her being a mutant, obviously, because one, in the comics, she's a mutant, right? Yeah. So in this universe or whatever, they're pretty much saying she's a witch. Like she's an actual witch. Like it's not like she has like in the comics it's like a mutant ability, but now it's like she's just a witch. I guess.
Well, I thought because when you were saying in Age of Ultron how like they did experiments on her, what if they like during that time? Well, it's gonna be a reach if they make it that way. What if they say like instead of being like a scientific project, she was a mutant this whole time?
But my point is, that's what I thought the show was gonna do. But the show literally just said no, she's a witch. Like they didn't say mutant, they didn't say son, like daughter of Magneto, none of that. She's a witch.
They did say she was a witch.
Like that's it, and that's one of the biggest issues I have with that show. Is just like it kind of retcons her character completely into making her some OP monster. Like she's just OP now, and I feel like my biggest issue with this is the argument of her. Like I literally rolled my eyes in the theater when she was like, "Oh, you do something, and you're a hero, and I do something." Bitch, you fucking like you held a whole fucking city captive over some bullshit. Like I don't want to hear they're like, oh, they'll never know the sacrifices you made Bitch, she didn't make no sacrifices. The nigga that she loved died. A lot of niggas died. Like, you don't see fucking Pepper Potts, the wife of Tony Stark, doing some cook shit because Tony died. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. Everything she said, there was no justification for her actions in this. I didn't feel bad for her. I didn't want her to win. I wanted her to get her ass beat, and that didn't happen throughout the film at all. 0%. There was no point in the movie where I felt like, oh damn, you got her. Like, throughout the whole movie, she was wrecking everybody.
It was kind of funny that you say that because it was more so like a horror movie. Like it's like she's Michael Myers and
they're running from her and she's chasing. Like that's the whole movie. They're running and she's chasing. Like,
yeah, it's like a Michael Myers movie. Oh shit, we can't kill him. We gotta keep on running. But she did get messed up because when she entered the alternate body, that her whole.
Oh yeah. That's true. But that's pretty much her in another reality. I'm talking about her, like the real one, like the actual Scarlet Witch. Like she didn't get phased once.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it just felt like with this movie and Spider-Man No Way Home, it just feels like they're shitting on this nigga. Am I the only one that feels that way?
Strange.
Yeah, like one of the coolest niggas in Endgame Avengers, like he was just that cold ass nigga, like he pretty much saved the universe, and now he's just a nigga running.
The thing is, I don't understand how come he doesn't use like the device that he used in the first one, the time thing.
Oh, Thanos took it. The
Infinity Stone. It was. I keep on forgetting it's an Infinity Stone.
Yeah, it was the Time Stone.
Yeah.
I feel like an issue I have, I think, with just this kid, like magic in general. I feel like there's no ceiling and there's no like bottom. Like it's just you can do whatever you want. And, like it's just like it just feels like it doesn't feel
like,
real.
It's like there's no limit to it. Like you can't tell like what he's gonna do next.
Like nigga said, yo, there's an evil book, and then now I need a good book. I need the good book, the ultimate good book can grant me anything I want. It's like, oh, all right, bro, whatever. But what was some things that you didn't expect that you saw in this movie? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the directing style is really good. I like the visual. I like how it was kind of like horror-esque. I wanted a little bit more, but because the way they were hyping this movie about how it was horror, I feel like it was gonna see a little bit more. But I see what they're talking about. It definitely was like scarier-ish than more movies.
Was it a PG-13 movie?
Obviously, it wasn't R.
I think, like it had potential to be R. The way how like she was killing people, but they weren't really showing it. Like they showed like some gore, but like when they came to like actually killing people, like sometimes they turned the screen away.
Yeah, no, I didn't. There was no blood.
Yeah, I don't think I
barely saw any blood in that.
Only blood you would see was on the person's face.
Oh yeah. We saw blood on her face and shit.
And then what was it? Was it Captain British or something like that? I forgot her name. Carter.
Captain Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Carter. Yeah, Captain Carter. I think she was just bleeding out of the mouth. That was it. But it still kind of looked dark though when the way how they filmed it though.
Yeah, definitely. What's it called? So I feel like the big thing about this movie was the Illuminati. What do you think about that?
I think they were trying to be funny there. That shit was kind of funny a little bit. But I wasn't expecting to see those people like in the Illuminati, like the multiverse thing. Is like, damn, it brought up Professor X. I think that was the biggest one, and I had a feeling he was gonna be there because I seen the chair and I was like, why are they showing some guy strolling on a chair? Like,
it was in the trailer, so
yeah.
So we kind of figured. But what's it called? Black Bolt. That's a nigga from the old. Do you remember how I showed you the TV show that back in the day that niggas don't talk about anymore?
Yeah.
What was it? Inhumans.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was an actual actor from that show. So I guess it's connected now, right?
Damn, that's crazy.
Which is cool. I feel like we should watch that show, right?
Inhumans?
I feel like we should actually talk about it because I feel like that's one of Marvel's flops. That they stopped talking about it except for this movie where they actually brought it up, which I was surprised. But yeah, you know, my nigga Jim from The Office, my nigga's Mr. Fantastic.
I didn't think he was gonna show up. Look at that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that too.
Is he the same one from the other movie?
No,
I can't remember that movie. That movie was bad.
No.
That's a whole new actor. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, they had a black Captain Marvel, I guess.
Yeah. Which is the actual what happened in the comics? Like there was a black Captain Marvel. But no. And then Captain Carter from fucking What If, which is kind of crazy. They kind of connected that.
Yeah.
Like
they kind of. I thought they were gonna bring that more into the to this because when we saw the other Strange in the movie, I thought that was gonna be the one from the What If.
Yeah. I mean, they did a little bit with the zombies. You know, they touched on it. I just feel like they could have dived a little bit more deeper into it. Like, I felt like they introduced the Illuminati kind of as just for Wanda to kill them.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, you know, you brought these actors and how much this means to the universe and shit just to like shit on them to a degree. Even though obviously we're gonna meet them in different universes. Like just because they're dead doesn't mean we won't see them again. Like I'm pretty sure that like the Fantastic Four movie is gonna start off with this nigga dead. Like you know what I mean? Like this will be in a whole different universe.
I definitely felt like I don't think they did it to shit on them. I think they did it because if there's a multiverse, then those actors can show back up anytime they want. But I think the reason why they put them there is just to say like, hey man, don't forget like the X-Men is here, the Fantastic Four is here. That's also a possibility that's gonna happen.
But so what it seems like to me, it seems like so obviously whatever happened in Loki doesn't make any sense to like what's going on and like this shit, like you know what I mean, like that's why that series is trash. Like, I don't know if I know what he says. I'm gonna throw that to the side. So these are like the niggas, right? Whenever shit starts popping off, they're like the niggas that niggas go to, like Doctor Strange. He from the other universe in the beginning. Like I guess he was a part of them or whatever. So it's like in the comics, the Illuminati is like literally like the head like the top niggas. It's like Iron Man, Black Panther, Reed Richards, Black Bolt. Like it's like a whole bunch of like the smartest niggas on Earth, and they kind of like run shit on low key on the ground. Like one of the major things that they did was they sent Hulk away, and which created the Planet Hulk thing. Like he left, like they sent him away because he was too much of a danger.
Yeah.
Which led up into World War Hulk, where Hulk came back and fucking killed everybody, which is some crazy shit. I hope they do that in the future, but who knows? So yeah, they're like the top tier niggas, and for them to bring them, this is our first time ever seeing them. It's kind of like, okay, so these are the people that niggas go to when shit gets too crazy, like pretty much, like you know what I mean. And Scarlet Witch just wiped them off the face of the earth, like literally, which is like, damn, that's kind of crazy, man. Like I don't know, like it seems like they use them to show how strong Wanda is.
Yeah, I thought you were the one that brought to my attention how strong the Scarlet Witch was in the first place. I thought she was that strong. I thought she was just like super OP. Cause I mean, tell me that.
Yeah, she is obviously, like, but
because I remember I was roasting her when in the Avengers when she was there. I was like, yo, she's useless. What is she like so good? And you said like she's probably like one of the strongest ones there.
Yeah, but they didn't show that off really, except for that Endgame, where she was like, where she almost fucked up Thanos, and then he called in like the reinforcements or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It just felt like the leap from Avenger to multiverse, the multiversal threat was just too quick.
Yeah, I hear you.
like a lot of things that people are complimenting about this movie is like, oh, they're setting up her to be an actual villain, like, which is like, okay, that's cool. Like, this is the first hero to villain that we've seen. But I just felt like out of all the characters, which it makes sense out of all the characters for her to become a villain.
Yeah.
But I just felt like we didn't get enough of the good for me to care about her, to watch the fall of her becoming a villain.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Because I felt like in the Avenger movies she wasn't.
She didn't do shit.
Yeah, and then in the Wanda movies, this is like she was already bad. Like she was already turning bad. It was like I don't know.
Which
like,
kind of that's
it's kind of weird too, because I feel like she kind of created her own darkness in a way. Like she just made it even worse for herself to become.
Because of the death of Vision, right? And another issue I have is like I don't care about Vision. Like Vision, like I never give a fuck about that nigga. Like that, like I never. There was no, oh yo, I want him to like yeah, like when he died, I was like, oh, that's tough. Like, but their relationship didn't care about it. I didn't care about her or him. So, and then the show didn't make me care even more because she was doing so much fucked up shit for me to be like, yo, this bitch is crazy. like, so it's like, I don't know. There's no way, there's nothing that I could see for me to root for her other than like, oh yeah, she's a mother, blah, blah, blah. But like, those aren't your kids, my nigga. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Vision can't, he doesn't have any nut to fuck you, to give you, to make you a kid, like kids. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, yeah. I don't know.
I just think that it should have been like the death of her brother that kind of sent her off the edge.
Nah, I wouldn't believe. That would have been more believable. She didn't give a fuck about that nigga. Like, she hasn't mentioned that nigga in years.
Yeah, I think it should have been that. It should have been like I feel like the speech. I don't know if they called him Quick. They didn't call him Quicksilver in the movie, right?
I don't remember, bro. That movie was trash. I can't lie to you.
They should have let his character be around more, and then something happened with him, and then which leads her into darkness, something like that.
Sorry, literally, they introduced both of them. They killed the brother just so they could put her in the Avengers. Like, and I was like, I guess, like that's not gonna make me care about her. Like the most like character development we've got was that movie, and I remember in Civil War there was she didn't like, there was conflict obviously between them, like because I think she wanted to join Cap's side or whatever, but still even that was not enough for me to care about that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's me though. I don't know, but overall, the movie is still a good movie. I just feel like it's not the sequel to Doctor Strange that I wanted.
I remember what I was about to say. Mordo, I thought he was gonna be more involved in this one.
Not even a little bit. Like
the way how it ended, like the one in his universe, the way how it ended, he's like, oh, we gotta take out all the sorcerers. That's the issue. That's the problem. It's like, okay, so they're about to make a movie about him, and then I was like, damn.
What's funny is, which doesn't make sense, unless there was they pretty much threw him in the background. Though, like Doctor Strange is like, yo, yeah, the Mordo from your universe hates me. He wants to kill everybody and shit. How the fuck does he know that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just about to say that too. I was like, yo, so was there like an event that happened that they just never mentioned yet?
Never mentioned that. How does he know that he went evil? He never really said it to him.
Yeah.
Like, did they fight? Like, I don't know. There was just so much.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, there was no movie on that. I thought there was gonna be a movie on that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. But this shit's just not adding up. Like, but yeah. Anything else you really want to dive into about the movie? I enjoyed it. Like, it's not like I didn't enjoy it. I just wanted more.
That girl at the end that came through.
So I looked it up. That's the niece of Dormammu.
Okay. See, I knew it was Dormammu's realm because when I seen the first one, that's how.
Yeah. It looked like that. Yeah. But I miss them. I miss the days where we see a character at the end of a movie and we'd actually know who they were. Like, and we actually like, oh, this is like, what's happening next? Like, I don't care like what's going on with this nigga. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
And what's going on with his forehead? Like, what is that?
He got an eye now, I guess. I don't know.
Does it have to do with the that book that he used?
I guess so. Yeah. I guess it does, but
around with death. I don't know.
I think it had to do with the book, but I guess what's it called? It's I guess it's kind of like I just know in the comics, whenever he has a third eye, he's stronger, or something like that. I don't know.
The evil version of him had that, didn't he?
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what's coming next. Like I don't know. I don't have any expectations. Like if anything, this made me look forward to seeing a Fantastic Four movie. Seeing X-Men come in, which would be cool.
So the X-Men that's gonna come out, it's gonna be a whole new X-Men.
Most likely, most likely. I don't think that nigga's coming back. I think that was just to set up like the multiverse. Like, you know, same with Toby and them. I don't think they're coming back. I could be wrong, but I think it was just kind of like to set up the multiverse. But,
that shit would have been funny if like Deadpool showed up or something.
I think he might show up. I could be wrong, but I think he might show up. I don't know. I don't have any expectations, but what would you rate the movie?
I would stick with the 7.7.
7.7. Okay. Yeah, I'd go with a 7.5. I think it was a really solid. It's a solid Marvel movie. I don't think it's definitely not one of the best, but it's not one of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely like a mid movie. I feel like that's the best way I can put it. It's a middle tier movie, like, you know. Like I still think this isn't the best sequel to a Marvel movie. Like, you know.
I don't think it's a sequel. I feel like it's its own like new movie. I feel like it's like a WandaVision, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. They definitely, I can tell they wanted people to watch WandaVision, the show.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know. That's all I really have. About the movie. End credit scene.
They were also making sorcery seem different from magic.
Yeah, which I don't get. I don't know. Like, I don't get that at all.
I thought it was the same thing. But
me too.
They were making sorcery seem more like alchemy / scientific, and then magic just imaginary. It's like something you just.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah.
Glamour of wearing diamonds.
Diamonds bring status, elegance, and prestige. Their brilliance makes